running. We're going. I don't have anything crazy to say. Yes, I'm wearing a blanket right now. I've had a really crappy weekend. Don't judge me. It's time for Age of Ashes. We've leveled up. The fighter who's carried us through the dungeons is gone, and I don't know what the party's gonna do. But I guess I like 10 minutes before we started recording this, I look over and I have a message from old Donald Adams. He's, wow, the GM NPCs are carrying us through. Yep, that happened. In any case, we have a special thing involving our artists, which I will be announcing soonish. So Idaho, Tiki, Spell, Jason, Ross, I guess like today of all days, and it's going to kind of affect the way content comes out on BDG, both in the short term and the long term. So I'm going to, like, by now you have seen a post on social media about it. But thank you guys for catching me when I fall. It is good. I am appreciate. But we don't necessarily need to do in-character reflections and things today because we're behind. I am a generous god, and you get all of the hero points. Annie comes back from doing Annie stuff, and basically where you guys are at right now is if there's any last ditch anything you guys want to do right now in Citadel Altarin before going back to Breach Hill. And the more important question becomes, do we go back to Breach Hill from the road, or do we go back to Breach Hill from the tunnel you guys found, which seems to lead back to Breach Hill?
Tunnel.
Well, here are my thoughts real quick. Why don't we go through, loot everything that hasn't been looted? Yes, he expects us to respect the bodies of the dead, and we will. It's just their stuff that we'll take with us.
Yeah.
And we do that, and then we slip the kobolds some valuables and tell them to guard this facility for us.
Okay.
Sarenrae doesn't have anything against grave robbing, does she? Is this grave robbing?
It's not grave robbing in the sense of... I guess a lot of Age of Ashes has been full of a lot of morally gray things, and I think that's the point. But Alec last time said, as long as you guys don't do anything horrible to the bodies, Alec realizes that the living have more use for their gear than the corpses do.
May I make a religion check relating to whether or not the Order of the Nail had a strong tradition of grave goods like they would back in my area?
That'd be more of a society check, I feel like. But yeah. Okay. You must roll the dice quicker, Spellcraft. We must not sit. We must not... Then Nick got no idea, though.
If I'm actually here, I suggest we actually go back along the road because not trusting of tunnels.
Okay. And I guess also, speaking of Cube Talk, we will say there's not a lot of pomp and circumstance and ceremony in it unless you guys just want to go punch a couple of undeads real quick. The whites are sent to the afterlife once again.
I'm very tempted to go down the tunnel.
Yeah.
But my concern is the horse and wagon.
Yeah, it'd be safer to go back via the road. We can always rest, get our spells back, and then clear out the
Okay.
Oh, I have a second idea. Let me run this past you. We ask and pay to drive our wagon back to town with an appropriately written letter. Hey, this is what we're doing. We were asked by these people to bring this here, and we are leaving now, so they don't get kobold fever And
Would it be a society check to see if the kobolds would be honorable and do something like that for us? If
Yeah.
we did pay them and what?
Society is
Okay.
probably fine, yeah.
23?
I would also like to point out that looks can be deceiving, and we have just went through a situation where we're seeing a portal or some. Was it a portal? I thought that anyway. There's supposed to be like an elf gate down here, but yeah, when it comes to transportation magic, looks may be deceiving, so that tunnel may not go where it thinks it goes.
That too.
That's a fair assessment. As far as the kobolds go, it would probably be on a case-by-case kind of basis, I think. I would say. Pib and Zarf didn't attack you. They seemed to mostly just want to be left alone. But, if they get to add shinies to their dragon horde, it's probably a win-win.
That plan with the kobolds sounds okay. Kobolds as a race are kind of but that is an idea. But I am also agreeing with Anastasia on the whole potential elf gate teleport hubbubaloo. Very technical arcane terms here.
I hadn't even thought about that. I just figured I wanted to make sure I had my healing spells back.
That is very fair. But at the same time, we're not certain where that goes, but we do know where the road goes. It looks like it heads towards, town, but who's to say it doesn't loop back around?
I did say I wanted to explore it after we got everything back.
Yeah.
Fair.
So let's go through, take everything we're going to take, leave some coins with the dragon, the self-proclaimed dragons, kobolds, and tell them that until we get back, they are responsible for guarding the floored section of this building.
Okay. So to make it really...
Does that work?
I suppose I should ask, does that work before I start just vomiting stuff at you?
My fellow...
I'm fine with this plan. This plan sounds okay to me.
I still do not want to go through the hole, through the tunnel. But yes.
No, we're going to grab everything, head back to town by the road.
Yeah, we know how the road works.
Road very easy to understand, yes.
But is everyone up for exploring the tunnel after we recover our magic and the like?
Yeah, and a quick shopping trip.
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, so the only places that haven't super been explored on the map are basically the sepulchers themselves.
Okay.
Everywhere else
I do not have. I don't have vision
board.
on the map.
Yeah, hang on one sec. I will put you on the board. Boom. I may have accidentally put. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's great on the map.
The dynamic lighting is enabled, but the grid is not begun. I must have accidentally put that on while I was getting the maps for this session ready. Long weekend, who does? Okay, there you go. Boom.
And I still see nothing but a giant black square.
Bah!
I'm not sure where the rest of the party is.
Gotta find him.
Oh.
I guess one thing I want to ask really quickly at Spellcraft is, your hardware setup, does it make it hard for you to move on Roll20? Because I noticed the lagging behind a lot, and I've been on you about it a lot, but I wonder if there might be, something else there.
I've got a trackpad, and sometimes I have to look away to consult a couple of things related to my actions in combat and my capabilities, and by the time I do that and change window away from my character sheet for making skill checks, everyone's moved.
Plus, his trackpad is kind of broken because he's rough with it.
Fair enough. Okay, duly noted. I will be less hard on you then. I should have asked if it was a thing, not just I guess I assumed it was you were doing other things. That's okay.
You know how Ross sounds on his keyboard like he's trying to kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Spellcraft did to his trackpad, and it sunk in, so it no longer does the click.
Jesus. Fair enough. All right.
So now I'm using an external mouse.
And there's a good reminder, a good friendly warning to all of y'all. But in any case, basically just the sepulchres themselves.
Okay, I still see nothing but a black square.
Bah!
These are sepulchres?
Some members of my
Yeah.
party, but not everyone.
Bullocks is sitting where they are.
I peek inside.
Okay. Make sure. Oh, I see somebody doesn't have control of the token. Alright. Boom. There you go.
Aha! I see things.
So inside, this is also the room where the whites are now super dead. It appears, in addition to like
Can we call them undead? I know they are.
Zambos, Zambinis, Draugr,
And I just put myself in a wall.
Truly
Good.
undead.
Oh, there we go. There we
Their
go.
names are
There I
Fred the
am.
Undead.
What's
Sure.
inside?
In any case, there are a total of 6. Each of them have a Hell Knight in full bedazzled regalia. Each one of them, as like line of effect becomes unbroken, has a magic item from what Cute Talk and Charles can pick up.
Nice.
We don't necessarily have to shoelace the checks, there's the word. But in total, there's a bracers of missile deflection, a feather stepstone, a monkey pin, and probably the most important of all of them for one of us in the party, just made a video about it. The last one has a set of doubling rings.
What are doubling rings?
Yes.
Doubling rings these are the lesser variant. You have one iron one and one gold one. If you wear both, the property runes of one half of the item are on the other. It means you don't have to pay to enchant both weapons.
What were the ones before monkey pin?
I'll put it in chat. A
Thank you.
bracers of missile deflection, and a feather stepstone.
Question. Is it possible that I could find like a steel shield or something down here? Since it seems like there are a bunch of undead soldiers around.
Not that is in good working order right now, but you could find something to like put back together again.
Something repairable?
Yeah, pretty
Would
much.
you say?
Yeah.
I have a crafting, and I have the mending spell, so can I just pick up like the scrap of a steel shield?
Yeah, that's fine by me. And
Okay.
in addition, there's one more thing. The Hell Knights in also here. I'll put these in one room instead of two to save time. All of the Hell Knights are carrying the weapons that they carried in life. So that means you're looking at a pair of, and you don't have to spend a lot of time figuring it out, they obviously ping, a pair of +1 halberds, a +1 Morning Star, a +1 greatsword, and the AP says that I need to trade out some things for some other things that the party favors. So instead of a +1 war flail, of all the things to find, the last Hell Knight was a goblin, and he carries a +1 dog slicer.
What?
And Jason is set for life now.
What?
That's illegal.
What?
The Goblin Hell Knight.
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
Not anymore, at the very least.
Oh, my God.
Are there any +1s? Wait, no, I have a crappy strength mod. Never mind.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't a scimitar.
Yeah.
Whew. You know what? I remember. Cat. I'm going to request one of those weapons. I'm just trying to figure out which one, so ignore me for just a second while I pull up equipment.
I mean, I'm sure we can just put it in the split as
Yeah.
once we get everything split up.
And I'm adding these things to the loop roll.
Okay, cool.
And
That was a Morning Star, right?
Yeah.
One of those?
A Morning Star, a great sword, and a pair of halberds. I omit the dog slicer because I think we know where that went.
Mm-hmm.
it depends. Was anybody watching?
Fair enough.
I don't think any of us would have stopped him.
I saw it, but I averted my eyes.
I have no objection to the goblin taking the magical version of the weapon he is skilled and familiar with.
Exactly.
If I found it before you, I would have been like, oh, hey, you should probably use this.
Yeah, I was like, you're the one that's actually going to be able to kill things with it, okay?
Oh, I sure hope so. But okay. We're good. Next.
I kind of suggest you hold on to the feather stepstone, too.
I imagine that means floor-based traps don't go off.
It ignores difficult terrain and the effects of any difficult terrain, greater difficult terrain. Yeah, it's just ignore difficult terrain, and our stealthy guy needs to be able to ignore it. And it affixes to your armor, so you know.
So it's probably if I had to hazard a guess, and I do because I'm GMing, I have to assume that is not a trinket. I forget what they're called now.
Talisman.
Talisman, yes.
It's a talisman.
So it's a one-shot thing.
So is the monkey pin.
Makes sense.
Well,
The monkey pin is for gives you your climb action as your full move at full speed.
I'd say give like almost all of this to the rogue, because all of this is sounding hella good for the rogue.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. All of the monkey pin and the feather, both of those for the rogue.
Yeah, no, that's just like raw. That sounds like a good idea.
Provided it
Well,
is,
monkey, they may also work for.
well, yeah, the sorcerer does kind of get up and close too. So I mean, give him a
Yes,
choice.
he does.
are we splitting this loot? I mean, we all.
We are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Split it.
I imagine
If you want it.
I imagine just at the moment we're looking at it and going, well, first things first, who can use these as an upgrade to what we already have?
Well, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: if you want something, say it. I don't think any of us are gonna tell you no.
Just one we can split. That's all. Just a fair share of what we find.
Okay, the monkey pin is 6 gold, and the feather amulet is 8 gold. So you're missing out on 14 gold, which we can give you when we cash out other things when we go back to town. Or if you want the pin or the feather, either one, man. However you want to do it.
Nothing here is of interest to me.
Yeah. Part of the reason I didn't mind handing it off to the rogue is because it costs so little.
I got this invisibility potion that I didn't use, so I plan on selling it.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
Been putting it into the party loot here.
Keep it for yourself, man. You need some gold too.
I mean, there's going to be a split though. Are we keeping track of everything? That's my point.
I imagine at the end of the day, when we get the chance, we're just gonna bulk sell a lot of it and then split it 5 ways. I think.
I think that's the idea.
That was kind of the idea.
Okay. So, back on the road?
On the road again.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. The journey back to Breach Hill is an uneventful one. The ponies are ridiculously happy to see Ohm. Maybe not Bolix so much, but Ohm for sure. And you are... I get it's just a unceremonious quick jaunt back in. It's probably middle of the afternoon or so by the time you guys get back.
It
Hold
might.
on. Was that a feather stepstone or a feather token? I
Featherstep
apologize.
Stone, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I looked at originally. Because there's also a feather token, which I didn't actually look at.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, it's all right.
but what I would uh, think is we probably want to get everything settled in and then go find the Bumble Brashers. But
Okay.
we do need to decide whether or not we are going to continue to search for. So we are the own for the deed, so we own the place, or whether or not we're going to
Right.
just work through them.
As long as they'll give us a place to rest should we need it, I don't care either way.
I'm going to leave that up to you, Jason.
Okay. I personally would like the crypt area for us. But then again, I'm a goblin. Dark works for me.
Yep.
Any other thoughts? Bueller?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with all of this so far.
Okay. Then it's time to put stuff up and let's talk to the Bumble Brashers.
Taking care of something real quick.
Yes, sir. Okay, so you guys approach Warble's house. It's real quiet as you approach the door, and then you open it, and the sound of little warg puppies chasing goblin dogs all through the house, pursued by many a goblin, hits you guys like a wall of sound. Warble is not present at the moment. The goblins seem to be having a wonderful go of things as Warble's couch cushions are being torn apart by a couple of little baby warg puppies. They look up and see you and kind of all at once do that, like, my friend has come into the room, hey, kind of thing.
Aw.
Aw.
The wargs seem to recognize you guys, especially like Bollocks and Cute Duck, and they come up and do a sniff and a roll over and a nip and all that fun stuff.
Tummy rub, tummy rub, tummy rub. Prestidigitation on both of them. Tummy rub, tummy rub.
Fair enough. And so it was.
And once they're ready, once they're distracted, I will take the time to use. Wait, mending is a first level spell in this edition, is
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
crap.
It's fine.
I have-
I'll bring out my artisan's tools and start fixing the pillows.
Just start stitching it back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say, since Warble's not here, is the chief of the Bumble Brashers present?
Yeah, Helba is here and she sees you guys and she waves her horse chopper over. It's, hi! Can we go home now?
Yes, but I did want to talk to you about something first.
Okay, sure. Also, the crafting is more than good enough to start stitching pillows back together.
Okay, first, we can't promise that everything bad has been
Purged.
scared away, dealt with. However, the large crocodile things are no more, and we've removed most of what would be threatening to.
And a couple undead and like some bat thing. But if you keep feeding that bat, you might make a friend. You may actually be able to tame that.
Oh, good. I can
Yes.
hang out with Big Bumble.
Yes,
They love
And-
blackberries.
and there's a nice bush on one side of the citadel poking through where the wall's ruined. we would like to ask a favor.
Okay.
There is a level beneath the ground.
That's
Hmm.
where we live.
Oh, you normally live down there.
Then the cultists appeared and they ran us off.
Yes, we did what we could to clean that level of problems, but there are a couple kobolds who live there. They said they were there and you knew about them and were okay with it.
Yeah, Pippin's off. They think they're dragons. I think they're just funny-looking, weird-looking goblins. But they're fine. They don't bother us. We don't bother them.
If they're there with you're okay, we're just fine with that. Would you mind if we used the castle as a place for us to stay as well?
No, by all means, please. You saved our lives. You rebuilt our home. And she, if I could do it, I wouldn't do it. The sound would be heinous. But she takes two of her thumbs and jams them into her mouth in such a way as to make the shrieking banshee whistle that some people can do, but I cannot. Yes, but much louder. And everyone, even like the wargs, they stop and, Okay, listen up, everyone. You see over here, this is Bolix and Anastasia and Charles, and I had to go look over at the OBS because I forgot a character's name, and Q-Tuck. By my right as chief, I hereby declare them honorary Bumblebrashers. There's a big, hurrah and cheer, and pillows get thrown around and stuff. Our home is your home. What'd you say, human?
Out of character, did I get mentioned? I don't think I called.
I said Charles. Charles was the fourth one.
Yes.
That's my bad.
I didn't mention Leo gets it too. Good, lion goblin.
Yes.
and Ankh, and picks up the very toothy patchwork doll.
And little rabbit and your dwarf friend posthumously.
Okay, that works. So do the Bumblebrashers actually have their own symbol or coat of arms or anything?
Not really.
Okay, just making sure, because if they did, I'd be patching it onto one of my my sleeve or something.
We should help to design them one sometime.
Well,
That's
that
definitely a thing you can do.
Yeah.
But,
It's like, we need to get flags. We should probably get flags made up so we can put it outside the castle so people know that this place is taken.
Okay.
Yeah. But that being said, yes, it should be basically safe for everyone to come back. We did find a tunnel beneath the ground, and that we only stayed in the area that had within the walls. We did not follow that tunnel very far at all. So we cannot promise there will be no threat from that direction.
I almost wanted to ask them if they'd be okay waiting until we cleared out that tunnel just to be absolutely safe.
Bullets had a question.
Okay.
The collapsed staircase. Was there another level below that goes further down? Because there seemed to be more to that.
She shakes her head. Yes. That's where they came from. That's where the cultists came from. They came from below.
Do you know if it was one level or 2 levels or more?
I think just one. Bumblebrashers usually just stay up in where we were living. Sometimes we go up to the surface, feed the goblin dogs, but with all the dead walking around, we stay to ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was interested in exploring the lower level, but wanted to wait until we had chance to figure that how to excavate that.
Uh-huh.
What we would ask for
Well-
now is that you stay above ground for now
Okay.
while we check on that tunnel. And when you do move back into the below ground, to leave the tombs of the old Hell Knights alone. It will keep the undead from coming back.
You got it.
Huh, it's been a while since I've had this much coin in my pocket.
Indeed.
Well,
Well, I'll be seeing you in a little, and I start heading towards the door, counting my coins. I'm going to go get us some more formulae.
I'm buying ice cream.
That's a lot of ice cream.
70 gold worth of ice cream.
I believe that would be a party for the town.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have tabs at the bar? I think that would be the first thing we should settle. Pay our debts before we pay for future investors.
I feel like everybody was paying for free Everybody was paying for their drinks on party night.
Yes, I remember marking off as we went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
And since then, our room and board has been paid for by the city as part of our pay.
Yep, and now you guys have a house with the goblins.
Yes. Speaking of which, I think we will, once we get back together and all our upgrades done, we may want to go back and check out the
Secret passage? Secret passage?
yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Super secret
Sorry.
special passage.
Anybody have anything else they want to do in Breach Hill then? We'll assume, I know people are probably still buying, but like we'll assume that things are bought.
I am curious now. Is there actually like any form of frozen dairy beverage or treat in this town?
Probably no. The town is pretty small. Most of the like fancier delicacies here come in the form of like pickled pig's ears.
Honestly,
Mixed reactions
we have
from
the
the group.
cantrips. We can make our own dang ice cream.
Yeah, it's not like you have to go looking for Yeti milk.
Just need
Just
some
get
salt and
cow's
some
milk. Use the minor frost spell. Use cantrip to provide the flavorings when we don't have the sweetener or the fruit.
And it's no calories, no carbs. Bam. Okay, so you
Well-
guys head back up to Hell Night Hill. Nothing has changed. The bat has long since flown the coop. No one has come and gone. Pib and Zarf seemed more than content to stay in their lair. And you guys make your way down to the secret passage.
I was dealing with some real life drama, sorry.
Story of my life. Okay, so as we dive in, how you guys go about exploring the tunnel, at this point it does become a bit of a, now we've gone to exploration mode. You guys have very easily determined that it will lead back to Breach Hill. Where it goes, you're not sure.
Okay, two things first.
Okay.
I toss our goblins, our kobolds, 3 silver each. I let them know that, this isn't going to be an every time thing, but we do thank them for what they're doing.
Okay, they nod and continue basically just hanging out in their pile of trash.
But that gives them incentive, even though they are temperamentally flighty when it comes to combat. They have reasons to protect this place,
For sure.
namely coin.
Mainly sweet cashy money. Fair enough. Okay. So you guys had also determined the tunnel was made a long, long time ago by magic. But the next point in the conversation is if I could get everybody's exploration tactic.
Middle of the group.
Middle of the group is not necessarily what I mean. I'll break them out myself because they're still a little unwieldy to me, but I'm working on it. Playing the game, exploration mood. I'll take it that Annie would like to.
When it comes to stealth, y'all want to follow me because I can help everybody stealth better.
Okay.
You have
Well,
the.
you roll yours. I rolled mine, so just in case.
I have quiet allies.
Then we only roll once.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you roll it.
And so it was. Okay. So you guys follow along behind Ohm, and occasionally you come upon cobwebs bigger than the small characters in the party. Other than that, it's pretty uneventful. Eventually, it takes you to about the size of, like, it's about as wide as Charles's shoulders. A trapdoor. Just kind of like right up above you.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't looked at exploration activities. I'm moving at half speed and detect magic.
Okay. Nothing pings. You guys are detecting magic as a forever and ever. So if something pings, I'll tell you. The trapdoor also doesn't ping.
I would whisper to Buff, or rather to Ohm. Is it bad that I want to knock shave and a haircut on that?
You hear a minor whisper. Do not even think about saying that to Bull.
He's right, you know.
So we have found a trap door.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we? Okay, I want us to be able to stealthily go through that door.
Okay.
Does anyone else?
I'm ready with guidance.
Okay.
Perhaps I should be closer to the front. Yeah. At this point, I probably would have just bought a steel shield. Yeah. It's not that expensive.
Okay. So we'll ride on that 24 stealth. Ohm moves up to the door. The door doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. Want to very carefully open.
Okay. Give me a perception check if you would. So the entire squad, when Ohm opens the door, the smell of like greasy foods of all kinds, ale, things of that nature, all kind of just like waft down upon all of you. Ohm can see wall to wall kegs of ale, supplies for food, lots and lots and lots and lots of pickled things of all shapes and sizes. It's pretty clear to you that you've come up in the basement of a tavern somewhere, in like its storeroom. There presently is no one here.
This is peculiar.
Okay. Let us quietly check the stairs, figure out where we are.
Okay.
So,
you can, I guess also as you like come up, you can hear the tavern it's probably like the middle of the day right now. The tavern's really busy.
okay.
With a perception check, could I possibly see if I could find any sort of insignia or whatever or like any iconography to say what type of bar, what tavern it is?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Not a lot of much. There's a lot of taverns in Breach Hill. It's not the one that you stayed at before.
It's now Bellflower.
It is now property of the Bellflowers.
There it is.
Okay. I'll pull everyone in, wave my hands. Okay. We have two options here. Well, at least two. The two that come to my mind are, first, we go back the way we came. The second is we go up top. We may not want to disclose to the people who own this tavern that they're at the end of a tunnel. How well hid is that trap door?
It's like in the corner of the room. There's nothing covering it. It was not hard for you to push it up, but doesn't seem like the tavern's storeroom is not arranged in such a way as like people are often walking to this.
Knowledge Underworld. Does this look like a smuggling racket?
And here we see that underworld lore. It certainly could be, but if that was the case, it's been disused for a really long time.
You know, friends, I would like to keep this our little personal bolt hole out of this city. So why don't we keep this quiet?
Is this, are we in the city now?
Yeah, it's been clear for, like, you guys were able to determine at the end of last session that the tunnel took you back to Breach Hill.
Okay, and this is the Breach Hill Tavern is what I...
One of them, yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay, well, then... Well, that is...
I'm just trying to figure out the origin of the tunnel, but I'm more than happy to keep quiet about it.
Yeah,
backups are never bad ideas.
that's why I rolled Underworld. Was that Underworld board? Tell me anything about this tunnel?
Not in particular. Certainly a tunnel like this could, like, feasibly have been used at one point in time to transport people from wherever it is you are in Breach Hill to Citadel Altarin. It doesn't, like, there were definitely tracks in here that you guys had found before of whoever had come into the Citadel, but they seem to be the only ones. As you guys are deliberating, a door opens somewhere outside of line of sight of a propped open trapdoor, and somebody comes rushing in really quickly. They run, like, you can see their ankles run right in front of the door. They grab a couple of barrels of something and then hurriedly run back out. The sound of the crowd is much louder for all of like 10 seconds.
Well, we didn't really find much here. I say we go back to Hell Knight and check out see if we can excavate that staircase.
Yeah. Okay. Quick question.
Mhm.
You said, Tommy, you said the tunnel ended here at Trapdoor, correct?
Yeah, and there were no branches off of any kind, just from the sepulcher of Citadel Altarin to here.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I would suggest that all of them start going back. I am going to sneak my way up till I can see enough to determine where we are, what cavern this is, and then I will I will join them. Just give me 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Rogue is wanting to do rogue things.
Pretty
Has
much.
it been?
Rogue wants to know where we are instead of us all try to sneak up the top of the stairs behind the wait staff.
Has it been an hour since I last cast guidance on it?
Probably not.
Okay, then there's nothing I can do to assist, so I will be ready to patch him up should need be.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, if I could get a fresh stealth check from Ohm then. Or I could get the same one again. Fair enough. Good for you. Okay. So up goes Ohm into the room. It's pretty obvious that right now, like, it's peak at the tavern. Nobody's coming back here unless they need to stock something up front, like, right then.
Okay, I'm trying to determine which tavern, or at least enough that I would be able to remember it as I walk in again.
Okay. If you give me a society check, I feel like. Yeah. That's good enough. Okay, so there are a lot of pickled things all over the place as you go looking around here, but most common by a wide margin are pickled pig's ears. Why, yes, I had to say that slower so I didn't trip over it. They're sold all throughout the city. It's kind of like go to St. Louis and you'll find toasted ravioli in every nook and cranny wherever it is you go. But here, they can only this many and this many that look either really good or really bad, depending on Ohm's particular flavor, we'll say, means that this could only be the pickled ear. It's not in the nicest part of town by a wide margin, but Breach Hill doesn't really have any slums or anything like that. But you certainly, it's popular enough you could track back to here from, in Breach Hill.
Excellent. Well, that's all I needed to know. Everybody, I've got what I need to find from the other end. Back to the tunnel, everyone?
Yep.
Okay.
And back they go. Okay, fair enough. You guys head back to the tunnel and go back to the Citadel, question mark?
Did they track those, the footprints back here?
The footprints very clearly do come all the way back to the little ladder into Trapdoor. It's not super surprising given that they kind of had nowhere else to go, but
right. I wonder who they were and why they came here.
Were they halfling-sized footprints?
No,
again, they were medium.
So, our formula list is much simplified.
Hooray.
Everything below 3rd level.
Nice.
Yeah, that does help.
That'd do.
Yeah, that's much simplified.
Mm-hmm.
We also have all the snares below 3rd level, which they only show up at 1st level and 4th level, so it's just the 1st level spells. Snares, rather.
I don't know. This is weird. I think we should come back to this. But let's just
I mean, what can we say other than, hey, we found this weird tunnel into your bar?
yeah.
I wasn't planning on telling them at all.
No, yeah. I'm just curious who came out here. If it wasn't the owners, and all we could really do is just ask them, hey, did you use this exit for anything?
It could have been
Wait.
Alex. Or Alex.
Yeah, I was about to say, what if it was our little halfling friend? that this was how we got out here. or
Again,
something.
it's
For the
that's
100
100%. It's definitely. I'm just gonna spawn an army of halflings and I'm gonna kill all of you because clearly that's what you're afraid of. It definitely wasn't a halfling. It also definitely wasn't Alec either. The footprints are too light to have been the greaves of his full plate.
Were they light enough to have been elves?
They were like lighter, as in the figure was moving faster and was like light on their feet, but you can't really like. You don't have enough from the footprint to pick out an ancestry, really.
Just medium-sized
Yeah.
humanoid.
Mm.
Which all signs point to whoever works at this bar or somebody that knows of this exit.
It could be the mage that set the town hall on fire somehow managed to get in and out through this.
That was the halfling.
For the 100th time.
I'm a slow person.
Idaho and I are both just dividing by 0. Guys, what if it was the halfling?
Hey guys, call me crazy, but I think it's this guy named Alex. He's looking a little bit shady. I think we need to do something about him.
I think it was Alex the halfling. It is not the halfling.
Are you certain? I mean, this halfling, he looks kind of sketchy.
Get to the chopper! It's not the halfling!
I hear he associates with gazebos and Davenports.
I know it's getting all of nowhere, but I needed a belly laugh like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. If anybody would mind, I am interested in this lower level of the dungeon that is been collapsed.
Okay.
I've been keeping my mouth shut so we can go do what you want to do.
Okay.
I got us here. Lead on.
Let's head back then.
Okay. Once again, the journey is uneventful. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. No, it's damn, that's gonna be stuck in my head now. Couple hours to Breach Hill, couple hours to navigate the tunnel. The tunnel is a little faster as the dragon flies, and then a couple hours back. It was midday. It'd be like 2:30 in the afternoon now.
You know, everyone, I have a sudden urge for pickled pig's ears. Anyone care to join me?
I'm good.
I'm in more of a pickled beet mood, which is why I made sure to buy rations in this town.
I mean,
I'm always up for pickled pickles, but
Well,
I think he's trying to insinuate that he wants to go somewhere and ask if we want to be with him.
I'll follow.
Meaning that what I was able to see, I was able to recognize the establishment above the storeroom we entered.
right. You said that.
Yes.
Take a picture.
So,
Did you steal some?
no, I
Then where's your
want to
effort?
see what we can find out there.
Thought we were heading back. We just took a couple hours to get back to the Citadel.
Yeah, we were supposed to be going back to the Citadel, not back to town.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mistake.
we are all over the place today, mentally, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went back through the tunnel, and we found it's kind of a dead end because it leads back to town, the Pickled Pig's Ear, and now we did know where to go from there. So we're gonna check the other lead we have, which is this staircase, which is right here.
Okay.
If you
Lots
saw
of
that
walking
thing.
today. Going to
My
be lots
dogs
of
are
walking
barking.
tomorrow.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna get all their step goals. Gonna lose so many pounds. It's the best. It's the best. Okay, so you go Bollocks as you go, like moving rubble around and stuff. It becomes pretty clear to you, and probably to everyone else as well, that to fully clean out the staircase after those creatures came through and collapsed it would take weeks of work with like the proper mechanical tools to do so. You
What
guys,
if we have lots of goblins to help?
it would speed up the process a little bit, but you're still lacking like hardware and things like that. It could be done, certainly, but it'd be quite a while. Long enough for the for those footprints to certainly have gone super cold. They're already about a day old now.
All right.
I think this is the DM trying to tell us that he doesn't have maps for that area. And...
No, I do. I got them ready as we were waiting on Ross, but
Okay.
it just
Really, there's maps for that area.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a minute to go that way.
It's rather odd that the path actually describes how to what the place is if there's not an easy way to get down there.
I don't know. Where are we supposed to go? Tell us.
I almost feel like we've missed another way to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
where else do we have in search here?
I don't think we're on the proper map for that. Or are we?
Or are we?
That's
Or
what I
is
was wondering.
Hey, you guys are pretty sure you have cleaned this place pretty dry.
But we were looking for stuff.
Go from here.
Is there anything down here that has that two-faced symbol like that coin?
No. And you guys, having identified the holy symbol of Alceta, you know that like it would be almost unheard of for Alceta to be a popular deity amongst the Hell Knights. Definitely the Hell Knight Order of like the Nail.
Okay.
Yeah, that's confusing. And it's a key or a coin?
It's their holy symbol.
Okay.
More specifically, I didn't brain fart. No, sorry, I just had to go back to that page real quick, and my brain divided by 0 there. Okay, so yep. It is a silver religious symbol of the goddess Alceta. It's probably worth about 8 gold if you were to sell it. It's not magical, but it's like, it's real nice.
Yeah, I didn't include that in what we were going to sell because that doesn't.
Because don't sell the plot items, kids. You never know if the plot items are going to get sold 5 other ways, and then we have a whole new quest. Find that plot item.
Yeah. It's in a different screen. Let's see. Somebody came in, cast a spell, or a ritual rather, and then left the same way they came, up to the pig's ear. I don't know. I think more extensive search of the pig's ear is in order here. Because there's definitely a mystery of why somebody would come out here.
And do a necromancy.
Yeah.
I mean, why they would do a necromancy out here seems pretty simple. Closed, refining area, dead bodies nearby. It's... The only problem for doing stuff like a necromancy would be the goblins getting in your way.
You guys
I'm
know
saying
the
unless-
goblins
unless-
don't go to this part of like they literally, strictly speaking, stay to the north wing because they know there are zombies
it-
down here.
I would like to point out that also a truly evil person would not see the goblins as a problem so much as a resource.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a lot of experience playing evil characters, so yeah,
Well-
those are a resource.
What do you say to a little more extensive stealthy mission in the Pig's Ear?
Sure.
Because
What are you
I-
thinking?
well, both fairly good at stealthing, but I just learned a new spell.
And
You
what
just learned
spell
this
was
new
that?
thing you can do.
Oh, I thought it might be invisibility.
Oh,
Oh.
So we could more freely move around and investigate things there if you'd like.
I would like that.
10
That
minutes.
idea feels.
And I can do it 3 times.
Okay. Well, it sounds like then we're not going back to Breach Hill. We're going to the Pickled Ear via the secret passage.
Back again.
Does the entire party want to take the secret passage?
I think I'm gonna go on land and whatnot, so that way, if there's a need, you guys can. I'm a smarty pants. Leo will hop on shoulder. I'll be above ground. I'll go up ground and be in the actual be in the pickled ears like town and whatnot. Just like a customer. So if you guys need a distraction or something like that, just tell Leo to get my attention.
And so many people questioned me on so many videos when I said that a familiar was like the best thing you could have. Boom! There was vindication. That was a really bad
You just need to be
Brooklyn
creative with familiars. They are a great tool for creativity.
Nine-Nine.
And they are so darn adorable, aren't you, little Leo?
Achilles has been sleeping this whole session. Otherwise, I'm sure he would agree.
Yes. All right.
Yes, replaceable spies. We got it.
That too, I guess.
Oh.
Okay, so then I hear Charles is going back to the town on land. I've got a goblin and a goblin going underground. How about our big yawn and our cleric too?
How about the big folk go back on above ground?
Okay,
Yeah, I can't be stealthy enough. It would raise suspicion.
good enough for me. So since
Okay,
you guys
so
know,
I'll go with the goblins.
since you guys know that there's nothing in the tunnel, we don't need to do an exploration tactic. Since we haven't got a lot of progress this session, and I'm not feeling super cutthroat today, weird how that works, there will not be a random encounter for the wizard and the cleric now that they're nice and vulnerable. But back we go. You guys reach the trapdoor. It's now, so it wasn't actually 2. It was like 12, then it was like 1, and now it is like 2. Okay, got it.
So,
What do, team?
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to pass the goblin let's pass him 4 of the poisons I have just acquired. The cystic cytil
Satellish
cytlish
venom?
oil,
Satellish
whatever
oil, that's
that
it.
thing. Yeah, because they have a single interaction to apply.
Okay, sounds good.
Like, and before you go up, you may want to go ahead and do one of the what do you call it?
If I thought I
okay.
could convince them.
One of my planned purchases yesterday was a blowgun.
Sure. I assume
And-
that exists in the weapons section.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. And it should not be difficult to find at all. If it's hard to find, I probably could make one given a couple.
Yeah, you just need a big old straw, basically.
And something to serve as a dart.
And darts definitely exist. Okay, so then in that case, if I could get stealth checks from everybody who's heading up. Hey, you did it. You beat a 24. I assume Bolix casts invisibility on Bolix's self.
Yes, and then cast on friends.
On all three of everybody?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. And there it was. You guys are in the basement of the Pickled Ear. It is presently about 2 in the afternoon. It's real quiet now, as you would expect it to be now that, like, peak is over. Most of the staff has probably been sent home. Maybe they come back at, like, 5 p.m. Maybe different people come in. At this point, it would just be like a skeleton crew.
Okay.
He has 10 minutes to explore.
Let us let's sneak upstairs as a plan. Let's spend just a little bit up there, then come back down here. We can search and hide as good as we can if someone comes down, but we don't need to search while invisible.
Okay. So it's just, did you want to head, I heard head up. Did you mean head like into the common room?
Yeah.
That's Ohm's plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
for
the
sure.
door is presently closed. It's the point of no return comes from, like, if you open a closed door and someone is looking at it, whether or not they can see you, they're gonna know that somebody opened that door.
Is there a gap under the door?
Not much of one, but yeah, perhaps looks at own door. Maybe like 2 inches.
Oh, you can get a good view in 2 inches many times.
Huh.
Well,
I
yeah.
will-
Plus, this is actually fantasy time, so that being everything's not pieced together as well as they could be.
True. Okay. Well, if you guys want to, and so you do. So Ohm doesn't see a whole heck of a lot of much. There's presently, I guess you see Charles. No,
Yeah.
you guys get, well, I assume you coordinate in such a way that Charles is here now. You definitely,
Yeah,
Charles
yeah.
is there. Charles is hanging out. I guess Leo can also be rolling as well.
Stealth?
Stealth, perception, whatever it is you want
Okay.
the little guy to do.
Now, I will say this. Were we able to be there significantly before Charles?
You could be. Your journey is literally half the time.
Okay, because I would have wanted to search the under area, the storeroom first, if we could. But
Okay. Basically, you wouldn't find anything other than what you'd already found. A boatload of food and ale and things like that.
okay.
That's Leo for perception.
Okay. You find a trapdoor. It probably leads somewhere. Maybe a halfling used it. That's now the meme of this game. But
Leo's just excited to be on the sneaky mission.
yeah, it's fair.
Okay, I'm going to open the door.
Okay. We will roll. Yes, Jason?
Would it be stealth to get the door to open quietly and slowly and look like maybe it just came open by itself, or thievery?
Call it thievery. And no one is looking your direction. Charles probably is. But on the other side, there is a Oh, she's probably like in the very beginnings of middle age. She's not out of shape, but her being in shape was a long time ago. Short red hair, cleaning a glass. She's got this really nice green cloak, and that's not because I'm wearing a blanket, kids. It's because her art has a green cloak. You leave me be. Uh, this really nice green cloak thrown around her. She's dressed much better than the like 3 other employees who are moving around, bringing people drinks, cleaning. Clearly, she's the owner. Presently, Charles is here, and that is all. Charles is just kind of in the back, nursing an ale.
What about Cute Tuck?
And Cute Tuck, yes. You exist. Good. Yes.
How big are her feet?
How big are her feet? About what you would expect for a human woman of, like, above average weight.
So she does not appear to be the one who made the track. We are so.
Most likely, no.
Would a survival check or something similar be
Sure.
useful?
You could, yeah. As you approach, you're still invisible, but she turns your direction and she almost steps on you. In that moment, you get a really good look at the sole of her boot, and you can definitely determine she didn't leave those tracks. Now, who opened this door? I swear to God, we'll get some better people come and make me a better door. And she shuts the door. Goes back to cleaning glasses and things.
Going to check up in the rooms.
I'm just gonna kind of. I imagine I'm mostly like kind of muscle memory using the beat, nursing the ale while saying, "Yeah, that was them through the door." Just gonna mutter that. To Q talk.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
There's nobody paying attention to them. And as far as the rooms here, the Pickled Ear is a tavern. It is not an inn. It's just a place people go to get drunk and eat junk food, basically.
Any other patrons?
No, just Charles and Cube Talk right now.
I'm looking to check the feet of any other employees.
Okay. Give me a survival check, man.
My footwear would probably be rather distinctive because it's still.
We all know you are not the necromancer cleric of Serenray. Unless there's something you aren't telling us. Yeah, no, none of them fit the bill.
Careful not to grumble in irritation. How long have we been under the effects of the spell?
I suppose now all the Carrying Crown players will be really mad at me because I didn't turn a timer on. That's going to be a 10. It's definitely not been 60 seconds. It's probably been like 5 minutes.
Okay. Since the door has been closed, that's not a good way for us to get out. So in 2 minutes, I'm heading out the front door, and I will find a quiet place where no one's looking to reemerge from from invisibility.
Right, makes sense. Can I get a stealth check from Leo really quickly?
Yeah, sure. 14.
14. Okay. So
No, familiars use the spellcaster's spellcasting modifier and are trained in stealth, perception. I think there's something else.
all the things you'd ever need them to have. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
And another. Yeah.
So then Ohm is gonna head out. How about Bollocks and Annie?
For the record, I was kind of having like Leo kind of like ride on top on like Bohm's or on Ohm's shoulder and whatnot.
Okay.
I thought I made that clear, but I wanted to make sure that was like
Gotcha.
kind of like underneath his cloak or whatever sort of thing.
He's small enough he could burrow inside and be counted as light bulk on a goblin's person.
Yeah.
So now that we are actually here and not actively needing of each other to be, making sure that no one dies or anything, I'm just going to walk outside, punch something in my invisibility, and walk back inside.
Yeah, that would do it.
I don't need to be in. I don't need to be here anymore. At least I don't need to be invisible.
You don't need to be invisible.
I am going to stand up on the table and throw a glass on the floor as I've become visible and yell, "I am the terror that flaps in the night! Someone get me a pig's ear martini!"
So everyone's a little taken aback at this. Rockstar, you don't know her name, the tavern owner, she gets up and she goes to, like, there's a bastard sword under the bar, and she draws it. What in the hell is this holding? Oh, obviously that's a silver piece for the glass, but okay, sure, yes. Get this man a pickled ear martini right now. And several people go a-scrambling.
I throw 2 silver at it.
That's probably more than enough.
Heard
what exactly? Why are you? I understand you're the heroes of Breach Hill. You came to answer the call for heroes, but what in Callistria's name are you doing in my bar?
I came for a drink and a word with you, Miss Flame-haired bar owner.
Roxy Den, thank you very much. And she pulls it. She probably takes the chair and turns it over in such a way that she can put her arms over the back. All right, you got my attention. What do you want to talk about?
I feel like at this point I'm gonna also kind of like take my ale and be like, kind of like walk over and say, or kind of walk over and be like, Bullocks? What the? Oh, hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm just sort of.
How long have you been the owner of this bar?
How long have I been the owner of the Pickled Ear? Basically all my life. I'm about 35 now. Yeah, Mum died. She got bit by a rat called the Phil fever, and it wasn't good for her. She died when I was about 17 years old, give or take, and been running it ever since.
So family business then, hmm?
Mm-hmm.
So you live here?
I do.
No, every nook and cranny, every hiding space?
I got into some trouble when I was younger.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
Well, there was this thing with the Goblin Blood Wars. It's only... I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
Now, there's plenty of zombies running around. Sometimes you gotta, you're young, you want to cause the trouble, things of that nature.
Yeah. So, do you know about the door in the cellar?
Door in the cellar? What are you talking about?
Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
Can I have a
this did
section on that?
No.
Oh.
This did exactly what we asked him not to do.
Well,
Might be a
where are
big
we
damage.
going? Yes.
Okay, so...
The door that goes to the cellar, yeah. I'm asking... No, look. Okay. Here's what I want to know.
Bullets.
Last night...
Bullets.
Can you let me talk? I have...
No, look. Perhaps... Ma'am, Ms. Roxy.
Yeah, I throw my martini in his face, and I continue to talk.
Gods! I was going to suggest we talk somewhere private. Gods!
The entire waitstaff is now just all eyes.
I've got the Saren Ray damned conch.
Can we please, for the love of all that is holy, just like...
Yeah, we tried tiptoeing around.
It's private enough right now. You've already said there's a cellar door.
Anywhere.
And we're not getting anywhere. You already said there's a cellar door in my basement. Leads somewhere. Ain't nobody here anyway.
Right. We were going to ask. Have you seen any suspicious characters come here in the past few nights?
Oh god, there's actually a pig eater in this martini. Ew!
I have not.
Ryuka
No.
is dropping her chin on the table and is gesturing for more pickled beets and maybe some soup. She's in something stronger, but...
How late do you stay open?
I'm scrolling in the PDF. There's very clear hours for my store, depending on when the hell y'all want to show up. Business day around these parts is 11 a.m. to 1 a.m.
So you're open pretty late, but not too late. Last call was around what time?
Oh!
Midnight?
Yeah, about like that, yeah.
Okay, anybody did you get a lot of people that stay late, or just
Sometimes we get more than others.
Okay, what about last night?
Last night, nothing really out of the ordinary.
Any individuals stay late, is what I'm asking.
Not later than 10:30 or so, I have to imagine. We're able to get things cleaned up and leave on time pretty fast. I have worked in the service industry far too long.
Looking out, does anyone else that you know of have a key to this establishment other than you?
No, only myself.
Okay.
By the way, Charles, do you have an empathetic link with Leo?
Empathic or telepathic?
I think he just gets. I think he just has an empathic link.
No,
Okay.
I can see through his. I can see through him.
Even better.
Okay.
Oh, sensory. Yeah,
Yeah,
sensory
it's a
input.
sensory link. Yeah.
Okay. I rolled that perception to see if I heard Bollocks announce oh, by the way, the secret bolt hole that I wanted to keep secret is no longer a secret to anyone.
He shouts that out at the top of his voice, basically as soon as you come back in, yeah.
Yeah, you heard it.
Oh, yeah. You feel a shot of fear go through Leo since he's in my cloak, he sees how quickly the color of the skin on my knuckles change as they go on top of my dog slicers.
Ooh, wanting to murder other party members.
And it's gone to PvP. This is why you don't throw drinks at folks.
So, I was just wondering if the other night there was any moment where doubt before you could see.
She shakes her head now.
From anybody? No. Nope.
I guess if you guys could give me a perception check really quickly.
Okay.
I'm not there yet, am I?
No, you're there. You're there. Ohm's got it in spades. Ohm is so flustered. But why would you tell someone who is obviously not being completely forthright with everything she is saying, all of this, all of our secret plans? Annie and Bullocks don't really get a whole lot of much cute talk. Yeah, no, she's not being forthright at all.
I'm dealing with a freaking glass and alcohol in my eyes.
So
as soon as
I'm going to be speaking right now in Russian. Okay, so pointing it out just in Russian, directly at what's his name, Bollocks. Why don't you just go accuse her of being part of the slave trade? Yes, tell her all our secrets. And
before we
a
move
lot of Russian cussing.
Several burly men mounted on grizzly bears come riding through. They really want you to rush B with them, and then they leave. And that's all I know about Russian memes. But there you go. Subscribe to Patreon for more Russian memes.
Okay, before we move to combat ticks, the second the drink was thrown in his face, I would have used prestidigitation to clean his face.
Fair enough, cool.
It's the sort of thing I'm doing in between face palming and gesturing for more soup.
All the soup. Fair enough.
I will get food service, and if anyone's paying attention, whatever is on my plate, I'm cutting into shapes that look strangely like a certain goblin nearby, and it seems like the fork is hitting the plate a little harder than necessary as I get those pieces.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go sit over next to Ohm.
Saren Ray called me as a light of mercy. Saren Ray called me as a light of mercy. Saren Ray called me as a light of mercy.
Well, the food is got. Ohm is sneak attacking his plate as hard as he possibly can. Is there anything else you needed from me, or can I go back to my job now? Achilles really doesn't like it when I use that accent. Holy crap, I'm gonna die tonight.
Has he attacked you yet?
No, he's been really cool all day, which has been a pretty big relief for me, I'm not gonna lie. But
My apologies. I'm blanking here. And
Still no bottles of condiments missing at your house, right, Tom?
not at all. But really, there's like 2 bottles of A1 here, and that's it. Tim really likes steak sauce. I don't know why. I do most of my eating at Chipotle because it's free.
the party doesn't seem to respond to my version of role playing, so I'm gonna leave it to somebody else to interrogate this woman.
Okay. Well, don't all of you jump up at once.
In character and out of character, I'm pretty wrung out right now, but if nobody else is going to step up, I may as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My plans have just been blown out of the water.
Yeah, it's fair. They have.
Sure.
If I'd been paying any more attention out of character, I could have tried to get him to shut up. But
I think it was hilarious.
It wouldn't have helped him, dude.
Just more
He's
drinks.
he's chaos incarnate. That's how this works.
Yes.
The phrase is big damn heroes, sir. I am curious whether or not, not to derail us hard, but I am curious as to whether or not Bolix does take that Bellflower archetype.
I'd like to.
It's certainly flavorful. Okay,
Alright.
so who does the talking?
I don't have any ranks in diplomacy, and I'm not trained, but...
I don't have
nobody
anything.
else is on-
No one
Yeah, I
has
don't
any
have
ranks in
anything to say to the
diplomacy.
woman.
It's a
I have
proficiency-based
ranks.
system.
I have the proficiency in diplomacy.
Oh, I am
Yeah.
trained in it. I'm proficient, but I don't have anything to say to the woman because we weren't supposed to be trying to intimidate her in what you call her in the first place. We were supposed to be snooping.
There's nothing to snoop, though. That's why I went and talked to her.
There is definitely nothing to snoop, and you guys can tell that she's not telling you everything.
Okay, and I am going to stand on the
Okay.
table and grab her by her shirt and say, "What do you know about rituals?"
Oh, mother.
Make it. You already did it. Okay, fine. Just let me go. The Goblin Blood Wars is over. There's no need to go for the Whispering Tyrant necromancy.
I'm just gonna.
The Goblin Wars happened 10 years before I was born.
I know the.
I'm gonna. Can I grab Bolix like by the scruff of his neck or something like that? At this point,
You can try.
yeah, I kind of want to try.
All right. If
Gagging
all of
him
you
with
just
bandages.
calm down, hop, and everyone gets quiet. Okay, so y'all, I assume you know the proprietor of the Reliant Book Company. Her name's Voz Liraine, I believe it was. She had an apprentice like to set things on fire. I'm sure you know all about that. She may or may not have paid me very, very handsomely to keep quiet about the existence of a tunnel and when she would come and go, which has been often, and in fact was the other day. She is a little strange. She dabbles in weird magic, but I got lots of gold. I kept quiet.
Mm-hmm. And could you, so the book proprietor, where would you find this person?
Well, imagine you'd find her at the Reliant Book Company.
Is that here in Breach Hill? I forget.
That's definitely here in Breach Hill. Breach Hill is a very insular city, and we don't leave often. We don't have enough people to defend us that we have to bring in new blood to defend us, and we don't know how to put out a damn fire. We don't do anything else.
Ma'am, how much of the council was drunk that day?
None of them. We're just real bad at existing. On
Okay.
balance.
Life has just because you should probably be living impaired. Oh,
You just live impaired constantly. That's how you deal with the fact that we don't know how to wipe our own bums. We just Stay drunk. Now, would there be anything else I can do for you fine heroes?
Yes, another pig's ear martini.
Deal!
No! More tears. Martini. Bullets. A word with you. Outside.
She brings
now.
one back. She sets it on the table.
Hey, hold on. Hey,
I
Charles.
throw it in Owen's face again.
Charles.
Prestidigitation and sigh.
No.
That's the
Sigh
new
takes
somatic
all of my
component for
remaining
Cube Talks.
actions.
Prestidigitations. It's just sigh.
Annie is literally trying to get Charles's attention.
What?
He actually did get us information we didn't have.
He's fucking throwing alcohol in my face. God damn it. You are. And I'm gonna actually, like, at this point, get up and just
Don't kill him.
march out. I march out. I don't do anything. I just walk out of the bar and slam the door behind me.
I feed Leo some of my fish chowder or whatever the soup they've been having today is. It's pretty good.
Neo takes a bit, but then looks at the door concernedly before just kind of like jumping off and flying.
Go try to calm him down. You're right.
Well, he must be
How
real
many-
fun at parties, isn't he?
How many people are in the bar?
Everyone who was in the bar prior minus Charles. So you
No,
guys.
How many total?
You
not
guys,
including us.
4. No other
4?
patrons. 3 people cleaning, and then the proprietor.
Looking at the proprietor and the 3 other people, I'll give you all each a gold to just say this never happened.
And well, you already know I'm very susceptible to bribery. Well, yes. And they all kind of nod.
And I'll just
Okay, I
order
hand them each a
more
gold.
bread and soup. And my server is getting tipped an additional gold on top of all this crap because the food has been keeping coming despite all this nonsense.
All right, so Annie hands them all a gold and then walks over to Ohm. Well, information. Information is information, even if it was gotten in a weird way.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Though I would point out she already knew about the bolt hole. So we don't have to. We don't have to kill him. Just a stern talking to. Just a stern talking to.
I am more than up for a stern talking to. And I'll how close
And you
is it
see
closing
Ohm
time?
just suddenly drop his head, his ears fall. It won't do any good.
We have to try.
I know people. I know goblins like him. It won't.
I try to comfort him.
Yeah,
Out of a sense
I'm
of
just,
commiseration.
Come on, we got a bookstore to burn down.
Oh, God!
I'm very
I
glad
started
all of you
marching
are
out
in
the
my
door.
life. You are the most beautiful people, and one of you has a really pretty dog, so that's even better. Okay, Tools
Okay.
the Bookstore. I will scroll forward 1 page in the AP. Alrighty, so it's very clear
If
the
he
bookstore is...
attempts-
Yes?
If he attempts to burn it down, I'm going
Okay.
to just straight up go for a knockout.
I don't think he's actually
No.
going to burn the bookstore to the ground.
I wouldn't put
I'm
it past
sorry.
him.
I'm sorry. At that was all I could take.
Oh, God!
Whenever I hear that, you just see my eyes, my head comes up, my eyes open, my ears go back like a ticked off Siamese.
Oof.
Oh, God.
And you see me start heading towards where either he is or towards the door.
You already left.
And
I'm going with him.
Okay, so you guys arrive at the Reliant Book Company, or do other things as Jesus, or do other things as well. And the front door and all of the windows are locked. Achilles is fussy.
Hi, Achilles. We love you.
They say hi, friend.
Do we break down the door, or do we...
no, we find out where the owner would be. Are there other stores nearby?
Ah,
Are there houses?
Tavern.
Anyone who would have seen her comings and going?
it's the tavern. Excuse me. The book company, by design, is kind of just tucked away in a really obscure corner of the town because you guys would have picked up by now that the Reliant Book Company it buys and sells in rare tomes. Not a
Oh, God.
lot of people in Breach Hill have the brain power for that, right?
Yes.
And
Don't
so,
be elitist.
sorry, none of them are wizards.
Sounds.
I'm used to all of my commoners having 7 intelligence. Leave me be.
I'm just thinking that this sounds like a bookstore that probably caters to your local cultist.
Yeah,
It's a fair statement.
I'm starting to get that vibe too.
You know, you walk through the door and there's the section of romances, otherwise known as men who've lost their shirts, and then there's the science fiction, you know, people who are using fire, and then there's the we worship the elder.
What can Cthulhu do for you?
To be
No.
eaten first.
There is not Cthulhu here. It is Cthulhu.
What can
Only cat
Cthulhu do for you? The whole
To
shop
be
is run by
eaten
Flurkin.
first with a minimum being batted around.
In any case, front door is locked.
Yeah.
It's very, very secluded. There's not a lot of shops or houses or anything around here.
Okay.
I have roughly 17 minutes where I have to start driving for the night and
Roger that.
cannot be on the phone.
Heard that.
We should probably call it here then. It's a good place to stop.
We could.
Yeah, we
I'm
will.
also prepared to run
I-
till 9 since we started a little late. It's up to you guys, though.
I got work in the morning.
This man's
Yeah.
I'd rather
sleep.
just get to this as soon as possible when sessions start.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. In that case,
Yeah,
my friends,
The plan will be to come back after dark.
and throw martinis at the door. Because
Yes.
that's worked so well.
At the owner.
And thank you guys
Hey,
for
Mo-
watching. And be sure to
Hey,
like and
Mo-
subscribe for more videos. We'll be back at it next week for this was a really good episode. And I know we kind of just faffed about a bunch and there was also a lot of like shopping downtime, but I really needed to laugh today. And so thank you guys. You are wonderful people and thank you for being there for me. I will never not appreciate it. But now I'm getting emotional in front of my camera. So say bye, guys.
Hey,
Bye,
bye.
guys.